I have been doing a lot of computer cleanup the past couple days. Thank you, Mr. Hacker. I hope you got what you were looking for. But in the process, I found some old files that included this gem. Absolutely delightful and worth a rewatch. If you've never seen it before, you're in for a treat. Stay out of Fulton County, folks.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Ms.
I'm sorry, ma'am. That something's going on with the service. It's a signal.
Okay, so Martin, if you can take yourself off mute, both of you raise your right hands. Do y'all swear or affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so couple of ground rules. We're not going to talk over each other. I mean, I may interrupt you, but y'all aren't going to talk over me or one another. So I'll hear from Miss Matthews first. Miss Matthews, this is supposed to be family violence. So that's what I want to hear about is family violence and the family violence that you claimed, Miss Matthews, that Miss Martin has done to you. Okay. I don't need to hear about what y'all were cooking for dinner, that somebody burnt the chicken and that made you mad. I just need to hear the facts of the case and why you told the TPO. Now, also, Miss Matthews, you got the sun. I can't really see.
Okay.
Sorry. All right.
I'm
So
sorry.
if you're going to say, that's okay. If you're going to say that Ms. Martin threatened you, you have to tell me more than that. You have to say, at the end of December 2022, she threatened me saying this, okay, or how she harassed you. You have to be specific, and you got to give me a date, or at least as close to it, like, last week, or the first part of January of 2023. Okay, and all I want to hear about is that. Okay.
Okay. The incident occurred. I have auto recordings and dates on my email Google Drive on all the incidents, and I have currently also we are in the middle of, she has my kids too as well. I don't see my children right now due to the fact of these threats and the harassment. So it's been going on since she had the kids since May.
Okay, we'll start with the most recent
May
event.
of 2022.
Okay, that's not the most recent event. You put January 29 of 2023 on here.
Those are the auto recordings, due to the auto recordings.
You got to share those and let me hear them. Tell me, I got to hear them.
Okay. You saying you have to hear them?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 1 second.
So what you're going to have to do is kind of say, this call was on, January the 2nd. And then, here's where she threatened me or what have you, and then play the audio.
Okay, no problem. I have them.
And what's the relationship?
She's a sister, blood relative. Oh. Your Honor, can you hear?
Yeah. So, Ms. Matthews, I'll be real honest with you. I hear a lot of screaming and yelling. So it's just a little bit too loud, maybe where I can't understand. There you go. Play it at that one. Now let's play that again.
That's one of them.
Okay, and that was her voice?
Yes, ma'am.
So I heard Or say she was gonna, I think, quote, bust your ass out. Is that?
Box.
Matt, if you turn it down just a,
I'm sorry, they're very loud. So
yeah, I know. So if they're loud, it gets a little distorted on my end.
yeah. They're very loud. Give me 1 second.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going down, Your Honor. It's a lot. 1 second.
I don't think these kids want to stay with you. I just don't think you said the too old.
Yeah, like she has. This don't make no sense.
You got something. Why?
Ms. Martin, I'm gonna have to mute you. Don't keep laughing.
I think you ought to fuck your ass out first before I do that. You got your damn body. Nigga did that training. I think you ought to fuck your ass out first.
Okay, that's one of them.
So, Ms. Matthews, is that what she's saying? She's gonna bust your ass out. Is that what she's saying?
Yeah, she said I'm gonna bust your ass out. Not only that, I have a recording of her coming to my house.
Okay, so hold on. Let me hear something else, but you can't talk over it, okay? You can't talk over it. So what date was that when she said she was gonna bust your ass out?
Oh, Lord.
Do you know
1 second. I'm finna go to it. It's in the Gmail. Give me 1 second.
Was it recently? Just tell me, was it recently?
It was that time, like the harassment started with her in May.
Okay, so
But
this voice,
the incident happened in January.
okay, so that voicemail, was it in January?
Yes.
Okay, all right, play the next one.
Hold on 1 second. I tried to break them down. Hold on 1 second.
And look what she at. Bitch, you gonna be the same place. Keep playing. Keep playing, bitch. Y'all jealous. That's all that is. What the fuck? That's all that is. Vagina that you supposed to be nasty. And look what she at. Bitch, you gonna be the same place. Keep playing. Keep playing, bitch. Y'all jealous. That's all that is. Jealous. Jealous. Jealous of you for 5 kids that came out. Tried to play both of us, sweetie, because he had me come over there and try to drop me. Because he sat right there and called me. He called me over there. He said you supposed to jealous of you, sweetheart. You got my
1 second.
shit. You do that type shit, mama. I don't do that. It's you, mama. Damn it. You can't get mad if I'm not gonna let you control me. You tell me and say that I'm gonna be on my God and like video. Everybody family. Like you say about the family, and you want like, oh, get off my phone. And you want to get off my motherfucking phone, bitch. And what I have to do, I have to sit here and go back to phone control. Just get that phone, man, hoe. Stop calling my motherfucking phone, stupid ass bitch. What you think this is, hoe?
Ms. Moore, I know you're not laying down in the bed in my courtroom.
Judge, I am at work. I am not laying down in the
I'm
bed.
talking to you,
This
Ms.
is actually
Martin. I
wasting
said
my
Ms.
time.
Moore. I said Ms. Moore.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said Miss Martin. I'm sorry.
Matthew, Matthew,
This is at the moment right here. At the moment right here, this is what she was at my house right here.
okay.
Those just are the auto threats recording on her attempt to come to my residence.
So Ms.
That's what
Matthew,
those were.
Ms.
But
Matthew,
this
Ms.
right here,
Matthew,
is
help
what- ma'am.
me out. All right, help me out. I mean, I can hear some N-words.
It's very loud because the way I had to record this auto recording is loud.
Let me finish what I'm saying. I heard some N-words and some B-words and some other, but anyway. What's she over there and what are y'all fighting about?
No, she has my children, correct? So what it was back in January, I asked for visitation. And when I asked for visitation, she pursued the attempt to attack me. And I'm now 8 months pregnant right now. And she pursued to come to my residence. She came to my residence. And those recordings are her sitting outside my residence.
Okay, so
Attempting.
she was trying to
Yes.
contact you, but did you guys, why is she mad coming over there mad and raising Cain?
Because she don't want me to get my kids back. And I'm trying to fight her to get my kids back.
So
That's what's
you have a case in juvenile court?
mm-hmm.
Okay. So could you help me a little bit about what you say some of those recordings said? Because I pointed out the words that I could hear. So what was she saying?
Bitch, bitch, stop playing with me. You'll be on your dying bed. Like we had a cousin that passed at 36 due to a heart attack. I have high blood pressure. She knows that, and she knows my medical conditions. And it's just the fact of like, why would you do somebody like that if you know you only have temporary with their children? You only have temporary and all these, and I'm not finna go around nobody that's gonna attempt to fight me that has 5 of my children. I'm not gonna go around them. I'm not gonna need to, I tried to get her to bring the kids to my residence. But we have a court date coming up where I'm gonna see about that court date, what happened with that. But the main concern is I tried everything since she have had temporary custody of these kids to get my kids involved in my life without her. My lawyer stated, my legal aid stated, don't contact her. Only reason why I contacted her, the day of this incident was January 29th. That's the day of the incident of my son. birthday. I had every right to contact her because she have 5 of my children. But the assault and the fighting me and all that stuff while I'm pregnant and stuff, I can't deal with that. I'm not gonna deal with that. It's gonna make me look bad as a mother trying to come around and do visitation rights with my children.
All right, let me hear from Ms. Martin for a second. Go ahead, Ms. Martin.
Thank you. Okay. First, I'm gonna start with this. I'm glad she let you hear the last recording because that was actually her calling my phone. I thought harassment is when you keep calling somebody and you tell them not to keep calling you. That's harassment. She calling my phone. So yes, I did tell her, you call my phone again. Don't call my phone no more unless you want to fight. Your Honor, this is my little sister. I have been dealing with this girl telling lies on me for forever. The reason why I have her children,
Doesn't matter. I don't care. Doesn't matter.
So you just let her talk, but now I can't talk.
I don't care why they have her children. That's for juvenile court. That's not anything
Okay.
Today.
Okay.
So
all right. So let's talk about what's related to today.
And I'm not better, and I'm pretty smart, Ms. Martin. So it's juvenile. So I know. So go ahead.
Okay. The first recording she let you hear, when you thought you heard I was gonna bust her ass out. No, that's not what was said. What was said was she should have let you hear the whole recording. She had been calling my niece, my oldest niece, bullying her. She have spit on this girl, beat her, abused her. She was calling my niece to bully her. I said, I will not allow you to bully her. I will teach her to box you out before I do that. That was not me threatening to hit her. That is a lie. Everything she has put in this petition is a complete lie. Everything. And if she can't prove all this stuff she done lied about, I really want to press charges. Like, seriously, I do. I want to press charges because this is a waste of my time. I'm at work. This girl done had the sheriff knock on my door for lies. These are all lies, ma'am. Everything. I never came to her home. All these recordings that you hear her recording you, they're because she called my phone. So yes, when someone is calling my phone, bothering me and upsetting me, yes, I'm gonna get loud. Yes, I'm gonna curse. Yes, I'm gonna yell. Yes. She's calling my phone, ma'am. So if anybody got harassed in this situation, it was me, not her. She called on my nephew's birthday asking me why I'm messing with her Gateway account. I don't mess. Why would I mess with your Gateway account? I've been had the kids since March of last year. It ain't May, so she could.
All right, so please you on mute, and I'm putting Miss Matthews on mute. It's funny because I usually say something to people who have the same children. They're both the parents. You folks are your sisters. I've never even felt this much with my sister. I mean, even when we were little, she beat me up till I got bigger than her, but it doesn't matter. I feel sorry for these children that they're living in this environment where this is going on. Because I can imagine.
Your Honor, may I please speak?
Ma'am, not while I'm talking. That if she's calling over you, which Miss Matthews, if your lawyer said don't call her, that's what lawyers are for, to tell you what to do legally. I suggest that you listen to that lawyer. There was a reason that lawyer told you not to call her. And I'm pretty familiar with juvenile court. I sit down there sometimes. So down there on a dependency, which means the children were removed from you. Instead of foster care, Ms. Martin stepped in and took the kids because if they have a relative. So Ms. Martin is keeping the children. Thank you, Ms. Martin, for doing that and not letting the children go into the foster care system. Now, besides that, if both of y'all are this much of a hothead, these poor children need a little break. I mean, and Ms. Matthews, the best way for you to get your children back is to fix you. And don't worry about Ms. Martin. And I know you want to see your children, but this gets brought
Can I
up.
speak, Your Honor? But I know I'm not trying to.
I want
Okay.
y'all to both just let me finish talking. This is handled down the street, and I'm pointing towards the juvenile courthouse because I can see it. This gets handled right down there, and everything that just happened is going to get brought out down there, and none of that concerns anything about what's in best for your children. And it's best that your children have both of you, because Ms. Matthews, if by chance something were to happen to you, then I'm assuming your children would have to go live with someone else, either their father, your mother, or whomever. And I'm assuming since Ms. Martin took them now, maybe she would be the one to take care of them. So one thing you don't want is to have a bad relationship so that if something ever happens to you, you're not getting along with a person who you know is probably going to be the one to take care of your children. Now, I'm just assuming that she would do that. She did now, and maybe they would go to them. But if their fathers aren't around to take them, Ms. Martin stepped up, which means the fathers didn't step up to take them in juvenile court. So this is the thing, is you've got to get along with one another. And y'all really shouldn't, really, if there's, Ms. Martin, let me ask you a question. Can you take yourself off mute?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are there is there visits that's set up for Ms. Matthews to see the children?
Miss Judge,
Just yes or no?
she ain't even gonna be around them kids, to be
Okay.
honest.
So right now, the court down there in juvenile court down the street has not set up a visitation schedule.
No, I had to call CPS on her. She's not even supposed to be around them. That's
Okay,
why I'm telling you everything that she's doing. She's lying.
okay, hold on. I just asked a simple question. She had visitation. Ms. Matthews, now let me ask you, they've given you a case plan to work?
The thing
No.
about it, Your Honor, the petitionary that was taken out on me, I have a legal aid and a power attorney that's handling that stuff in defense courthouse right now. Because what it is, she took advantage of my mental state.
Ms. Matthews, first I want you to answer my question. Nobody ever wants to answer my question. Do you have a case plan?
No, it is not it's called I'm sorry, the spelling of the name is called a recertification plan or something like that. It's court order. Yeah,
So
I don't even have that yet. We the court is just starting.
So
we don't even have that.
The court is not just started. We've been
oh
in
my God,
court
ladies.
I'm not
God,
saying that.
she just keep lying.
All right, y'all gotta stop. So Ms. Matthews, you have a case plan or a reunification plan?
No, I do not have that yet.
Listen to me, Ms. Matthews. I am not. Y'all think I'm a big old idiot, but I'm not. I sit on the bench down there. I have heard hundreds of juvenile cases.
And it states
what you're doing right now is you've got a reunification / case plan that tells you things you need to do. Sometimes it tells people, not necessarily you have to get basic housing, have to get a job, have to be able to supply the children with this, have to do this, have to take parenting classes, all this. There is stuff you're supposed to do to get your children back, period. So if the juvenile court has not given you some sort of supervised visits or visits, because they would arrange it with Miss Martin for you to have visits, then you don't need to be talking to her. What you need to focus on, Miss Matthews, is you're working your case plan / reunification plan and taking care of your children. Because as long as this is going on, it's going to cause trouble for you down there. So
I can't say something, Honor. The truth, the matter is, I've been down there. I've been to the clerk's office, done spoke with them, did everything that you have said right here and said and stated. If you familiar, you know Miss Baker down there at the juvenile courthouse at the clerk's office. We have spoke, and yes, she told me everything I have to do. And I'm taking the steps and the protocols because I'm doing this TPO out on her because she's the more aggressive one. It gonna sound good, but it's been going on for years. It's been going on years with her. It's just the fact of, you're right, I did accept my big sister to take my kids in, but not to be an aggressive one to me in the matters of the circumstances, and knowing that I don't have I'm not even able to see them through her right now because of how she act right now. And then it's nowhere that I can't have visitation with my kids where they can't come to my residence. It's nowhere that CPS is an order against me for my kids. I got the petitionary and the stimulation petition. I have all that, Your Honor.
Which judge are you in front of?
Next week, we will be going to Terrence. It's a different judge.
Okay, put you back on mute. Ms. Martin and Ms. Martin only. You have a copy of the reunification / case plan. What has the court ordered you to do with the children right now?
Miss Judge, the court has pretty much just ordered me to be there, just be there for them.
Okay, so
Just be there for them. Ashley does not have a plan to get kids back. They haven't given her a plan. They're not planning to give her a plan.
Ms. Martin, yes, they do. They don't just terminate rights. I know this. I know this because they don't.
Okay, Judge, I don't mean to interrupt you.
Ms. Martin, listen. Here's how it goes. There's dependency. Then there's a case plan. Then there's a reunification plan. If you can't get through your reunification plan, then you go to parental termination. There are steps. This is by the code. So I'm telling you. So all I'm asking you is, have you been in front of a judge, which you should have, because that's someone that signed something for placement, that said, okay, Ms. Ray, that said she gets these visits, or is that going to be addressed and other issues when you go back to juvenile court? Yes or no?
No.
They haven't given, okay, so she's not there yet. Her case manager is going to go tell you how you progress. Here's what y'all need to do. Yeah. First of all, y'all need to put you back. First of all, y'all need to get along. Y'all need to get along, not because y'all are related to one another or anything. Y'all need to be able to get along simply for the fact that Ms. Martin, you have Ms. Matthews' children. She obviously wants them back. She's going to have to do what she has to do down in juvenile court to try to get them back. If she doesn't, it goes to termination of parental rights, which is a very high standard. They akin termination of parental rights to the death penalty. So if there's a case that's going on that gets conflicted out, if it's terminating parental rights, they get excused from my court to go down there because that's more important. So it's akin to that. So let me tell you, what I want both of you to do is put your hand down and get along. I'm not putting this in place because y'all are going to have to talk during this. Oh dear God, nobody believes me. I'm just a judge. I don't know crap. I do not know anything. I promise you. The hundreds of cases I've heard down there, Deputy Lee, I don't know anything. Don't know anything. I don't know the law. I Googled it. Ma'am, I know the law. I sit in superior juvenile court. And I'm telling you what's going to happen. You two are going to have to communicate, period. The court is going to make you. Man, you can ignore her, but she has to do certain things to get her kids back. But right now, neither one of you need to talk to one another, think about these kids and move on, period. Put these children first. Ms. Martin, you need to learn down there what she's supposed to do and what your part is. Because I promise you that judge down there is going to start giving her visitation. Sooner or later, she's going to get visitation. If it's, drug court, if it's drug rehab, alcoholism, just that she's, doesn't have housing and stuff like that. They do not just say she gets no visits automatically, period. Even if children have been abused, people get supervised visits at some point in time once they work a case plan. Now, I'm not here to teach juvenile law. I'm here to tell both of you to get along for the sake of these 5 children. Ms. Matthews, talk to your lawyer. Next time you go to court, you need to get her to have the judge make it clear in court what contact, if any, or when can you have it with your children? Because if that's true, Ms. Martin has the children, she is supposed to help facilitate that. But that's all, whatever. I haven't seen the order down there. Don't want to see the order down there. Y'all need to let juvenile court handle this. Y'all are 2 sisters. Y'all need to get along because y'all have to be there for one another. Ms. Martin, something happens to you and you have kids, hopefully she would take care of your kids. Both of you stay healthy and safe. Have a good weekend. I'm declining to put this in place. All right, here's my next case. Y'all can both leave the meeting. Ms. Martin, put your email in the chat.
It's in there.